everybody, and welcome back to Trekyards. He is Commander 6.
He is Captain 12.
Indeed, and today we're here to talk about Captain 7.
I thought about Admiral 4.
No, we did that before. Sometime. I don't think we released that one.
Episode 10 of Season 3 of all others known as The End or The Beginning. God, so many caveats to that statement. Jeez. Yes, we ended with a boy. I hope Jerry Ryan's happy because there's only been one captain per enterprise of giant meaning, and she's now up there, which actually means now Jerry 7 is now more famous than Voyager Janeway, because Jerry wasn't captain of an enterprise. That's what I'm trying to say, Stuart. 7 is now captain of enterprise. Oh my goodness.
I was going to say it's a ship that was renamed to Enterprise. You had a name former, but then you look at the Enterprise A, it was like the Yorktown or the TO, depending on which source you believe. So I don't know. It's just going to say it's not.
How did you feel, Stuart, when they say captain, and not just captain, but of the Enterprise G?
I had no problem. I loved Shaw's little appearance in that episode, kind of before all the events of all of this season happening, giving his recommendation, and even refers to her as 7 of 9, that she should be promoted to captain when they return. I thought that was really awesome and appropriate, in my opinion. So I was like, yes, she got captaincy. That's awesome. Sure, it's pretty quick. She's only been there for like a year as a commander, and, you know, being granted the rank of commander just upon joining Starfleet. Yes, she served like a lot of years on the Voyager, but then to find out she's actually captain of the flagship, if in fact the Enterprise is still the flagship, which I can't see why it wouldn't be. I know people are going to be in the comments section. That's not how flagships work, but that's in the Navy. That's not Starfleet. So I don't think she should be captain of the Enterprise G. I don't think she should be flagship captain. But I am happy that she's captain. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay, good. Very circuitous.
It was. Well, that was my intro. You were far more succinct. I imagine that Harry Kim is rolling around in his quarters because he served on Voyager for 7 years as an ensign and then unknown. 7 spent 3.5 years not in Starfleet, and then 20 years being a Feminist Ranger person not in Starfleet. She never joined Starfleet. They say that. And then she had 1 year in Starfleet after murdering that lady Romulan down a Borg thing, kicking her to death, falling down. So murdering that person.
And murdering Vajazel and...
Yep, after murdering Vajazel. That's not a name, obviously, but that's hard in joke. And then season 2, she sort of was there. Right? She was sort of there in season 2. And then suddenly a captain. I mean, that must be the short, except JJ09, that is the lowest amount of years in Starfleet ever to be a captain. Literally, because they say this is the same year as season 2, and she was not in Starfleet. There's an entire point of, so she's less than a year in Starfleet. And yes, you can say her time spent on a Voyager was time served in a good way, but like for a year of that, she was very, 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 very antisocial. And only by the end she became personable in a giant way. So you would not have said that time would make her applicable for captaincy. And like I say, Harry Kim, 7 years minimum as an ensign, 7 had 6 months of a commander, and they're now captain of the flagship. I mean, it's kind of a ridiculous statement for captaining. Now, if they had done season 1, season 2 entirely differently, where she'd been in Starfleet for 30 years, perfect, right? Or she'd been in Starfleet for any time, kind of like Chakotay, right? He was in Starfleet originally for a lot of years, joined the Marquis, and that explained why he could be a commander in Starfleet, because he was in Starfleet for a lot of years. But 7 has none of that. She didn't go to the academy, didn't get any training, and we saw in season 3, as soon as a friend she knew came aboard, she betrayed her captain, stole the ship. Like, you know what I mean? She's actively shown she's not a good captain. So it does feel very odd. I love the actress, I love the Voyager character, but for what she's been in Picard, it seems so weird.
It's a combination of 3 things. Her fame of being on Voyager, the fact that everybody got killed during the events of this last episode.
That's true.
People aboard the other ships. And also the affirmative action clause that they need to hire an XB as captain. And not only captain, but captain of the flagship, just to show that we have no ill will against the Borg.
That is so true.
So yeah, it's a 3-tier, reason that she's captain. So there you go. That's the answer to that question.
Yeah, because in season 1 there was a whole racist angle of XB equals scum. Season 2 there was a whole I don't want to be Borg, I want to be human because I never had a family, blah, blah, blah.
And that's why she didn't join Starfleet, because they looked down on X.
Exactly, which we didn't buy either. And now, X-Borg as captain of the flagship is the most high-profile position in all of Starfleet. More people know the Enterprise G's captain than head of Starfleet, because it's just not a role you necessarily know. I mean, talk about symbolic. We're sorry the Borg massacred half of our officers. We're sorry half of our sons and daughters killed the other half of our fathers and wives and cousins. But now we've got an X-Borg as captain of the flagship. No ill will, guys, because don't be mean to the Borg who killed all of the people.
That's a whole other video talking about that, because all those Sydney and all the other ones that were deborgified, they remembered what they did. There would be trauma, and now you don't just pin it on one person. Wolf 3589, Locutus, ooh, Picard, you're bad, you killed a lot of people. Now it's a whole bunch of people that killed a bunch of people, and they all feel guilty about it. That's a whole other thing right there.
And that's why, if they had done it with stun beams and assimilate them, then they could all come back. But they massacred the fleet. They were killing everybody. The whole point was anybody who's under 25 gets killed. Everybody. So all the captains, commanders, lieutenants, engineering staff, all the non-assigned or non-listed that were just there to help. Everybody. And also on Earth, presumably, and also anywhere that beam would happen. Plus, they were destroying ships, so multiple ships got destroyed, several hundred people, 1,000 people. You know, this is another...
Probably 80% of the people on Space Dock got killed, you know?
Yeah, I mean, this is a Wolf 359 level massacre, give or take. Not so much ships destroyed, but people. And it was because of the Borg again. That's a third Borg massacre. And then to put a Borg, X-Borg as... I mean, yes, she helped save the day, but, like, that's... There might be some pushback at Starfleet HQ of, like, symbol... You know, Seven's lovely, but, you know, we're promoting a Borg to the flagship. X-Borg to the flagship. Like...
And also, let's put Jack Crusher, who was responsible for it all, with his
oh, no.
genetic, as her special advisor, as she put it. I don't know. I'd be kind of sketched out, honestly, if I was.
Well, I mean, same thing with Locutus being back in Starfleet. You can't blame Locutus. You can't blame Jack. But yeah, wow, that's But then again, I don't think they'd let that ever go to the public. They'd probably just say publicly the Borg Queen did bad things. Jack wouldn't be in the public knowledge.
Hopefully, yeah. It's really not his fault at all.
No. But, you know, Shaw was pissed at Picard. That's an entire plot point. So how many people are going to be pissed at the Borg through this? Lots. It's another generation of people. As you say, the youngs are now being traumatized by it. Wow, yeah. But now she's captain of the Enterprise G, which is also a light cruiser. So, you know, the Enterprise F was a giant craft. It is the largest demotion of an Enterprise ever. Because if you look at a scale chart, it's radically consistent, NX to F, and now it's going to, yeah. I mean, this is a very, very minimal ship compared to the F. Is that a symbol of we don't want war? We're going to have a giant downgrade? Was it because if it was to be a Titan refit, that'd be fine, right? Like improved with new hull plating, new weapons. But I would like to see Jerry Ryan playing proper 7 of 9, a la Voyager /Season 3 as a captainship. That's fun. And Raffi is okay. I get the sense Seven asked for her. That's it. Like that's it. She got to choose and she chose her. Not because she earned it. No offense to Raffi, because she's been a weird officer, but you know.
And are they still in a relationship, or are they just friends now?
They'll restart it. It's fine. It's all good.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Like, it's not clear. That's what I'm asking.
But Jack can be there with Sydney?
Yeah, it's implied that they're together. With the way she said that, Seven's like, don't listen to what he just said. Well, of course.
Oh, I didn't put it together. Oh, yeah.
And then they give that shifty look. So yeah.
Okay, I didn't catch that. That's nice. Yeah. That's good. That makes sense. Okay, that's a good payoff. Boy, 2 couples on the bridge. Is that safe?
It's not really with conflict of interest, but that's all right.
Yeah.
Future.
I mean, we skirted away from that in Voyager, but how would Equinox have been different if they had put Janeway and Chakotay together in season 2? Damn it, Janeway! We've been dating for 3 years, and now you're God, drama and Star Trek Legacy if that ever gets made. My goodness.
We want to hear your thoughts, so comment down below. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, do all the things you need to do. Notify. There's a bell right there. Click it to all. So you get notified every time we do all these fun, cool things. Because we want to see you guys there. We want you to be a part of Trekyards.
And while you're here, part of Trekyards, you can support us. All of our content is free, but we do need your support to make sure it kicks the same level. But we want it to. Patreon or join the channel on YouTube called Join the Channel. Both support us monthly. Any amount does good towards helping us keep going. And you get to be in the fleet video at the end on a ship in the fleet. We'll include the G at some point. How cool will that be? Or support us one time at trekyards@hotmail.com. That is the PayPal address. Or you can support us via Super Chats on any of our lives. Not just Picard, but on Stranger Worlds, Project Lower Decks, or random TNG reviews. Any and all. Support us via Super Chat. Or on any of our substantial backlog. Anything. Super thanks, that's what it's called. Thanks in advance for your thanks. We appreciate it. And we'll see you next time, hopefully.
That's right. Enjoy the fleet video at the end here, guys. But in the meantime, until next time, he is Commander 6.
He is Captain 12.
I will see you guys later.
Bye, guys.